Huh? Yes, I admit it. The crime is terrible. It's out of control. We have to do something about it. We have to fight against it, you know? But the thing that gives me hope is that it's a problem that has a solution. Economists have shown time and time again around the world that when there's a high rate of crime, it is often tied to a high rate of unemployment. And so if you work to fix that unemployment, you are then solving the problem of crime. They've shown this time and time again. It is not an easy problem to fix, but it is fixable. People are like, oh yeah, but you're in America, bro, you're lucky. You know, you don't even have crime. It's like, okay, first of all, there is crime. And second of all, there's something else that we don't have in South Africa, mass shootings. Yeah, that's the craziest thing ever. Just randomly, you're in a room, in a public space, anywhere. Someone comes in, giant gun, starts shooting. 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, dead. Why? Nobody knows. Imagine that. Now you're dead. You don't know why. Just getting into heaven. I know they're both terrible, guys, but for me, I'll choose crime, No, because even with crime, at least there's a moment where I know there's hope, where I can be like, okay, but let me take my SIM card and delete my browser history. I'll choose South Africa any day of the week. These are things I think about. I have to think about them. Because now, I've lived in America for so long that they say that soon I'm going to be given a US passport, right? You say woo because you don't know what it comes with. Tandaga, be clapping already. Yay! Didn't even ask about terms and conditions. Because I read the terms and conditions of having an American passport. There are many things that I don't like. First and foremost, I will have to be subject to the American legal system. Yeah, I'm not enthusiastic about that. I'm not going to lie. Because I never planned to do anything wrong in America. But in the back of my head, I always thought if something was to be done by me, I felt good knowing they would have to deport me. They would be like, you're guilty, you're deported. And I'll be like, no. And then I'll come home and be like, Maracas, you must know, South Africa, you guys know, you know what happens sometimes, but you never know. Why did Rihanna leave her iPhone like that? No, but I seriously don't want to be involved in the American justice system. Because they say it's justice, but it's terrifying. You don't know how they'll treat you. You don't know why they'll treat you. The scariest part for me is what happens in courts. Because they have a jury system in America. I'm terrified of that. Terrified of it. For those who don't know, I'm sure you've seen it on TV, but for those who don't know, the American system is very different to the South African one. In South Africa, you have the judge, you have the prosecution, and you have the defense. Right? That's who your case is working with, and the judge decides. The judge has studied, they're learned, they know what's going on. And you can talk to them on their side. I'm joking. But I like knowing that person had to go to school to figure out whether I broke the law. In America, it's a different system. They have a judge, they have a prosecution, and they have a defense, but they also have a jury. A jury. 12 people who are randomly gathered, randomly picked, who decide your fate. These people do not need to have studied the law. They don't need to understand the law. They don't even need to have watched Law and Order. Now they're deciding your fate. Clan, clan. I don't want that in my life. Yeah, I don't want that, and I don't want to be on a jury either. That's what comes with getting an American passport. You now have to be on a jury. I don't want to be on a jury. You know why? Because I'm South African. Yeah, and you're probably wondering, what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. I read the rules of being on a jury, and I realized South Africans can never be on a jury. Yeah, because there's certain rules when you're on a jury. One of the most important rules right at the top of the list is if you are on a jury, if you're serving on a jury, you may not express your feelings or emotions about anything that is happening during the case. You may not talk about it. And you may not, during the case at any time on the trial, you may not on the bench, you may not say anything. Anything, yeah, when the jury is standing, like you can't express, you can't do anything. South Africans, immediately disqualified. You tell me which South African is gonna be able to sit there during a trial, hiding all their emotions. Which South African? That case is gonna be going on, bah, bah. Prosecution can start. Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this man burned down his home for the insurance money. Ah. Pa, pa, pa. Order, order. The jury shall be silent, completely silent. Oh, sorry. You insurance. You. Mr. Michaels, where were you the night of the fire?
I was walking. I wasn't at my house.
You weren't anywhere near the house?
No, I wasn't.
Then tell me, Mr. Michaels, why did your clothes smell like gasoline? I didn't talk. And can you imagine a South African jury deciding your case? You would never know which way the verdict would go. The judge would be there. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you got your verdict? We have, Your Honor. How do you find? We find the defendant guilty. Okay, and why is that? He didn't greet. Yeah, he just came in here. Well, nothing, no greeting, nothing. Yeah, magaham. As soon as I spoke, I was like, Papa, ich spreche Deutsch. And he was like, don't do that, huh? No, don't do that, no. Learning German has been a weird journey for me. You know? Because I want to speak it because most of my family speaks it on my dad's side. I've learned a few things about my German which haven't been great. I was in Germany visiting some extended family in a place called Cologne. Beautiful city. If you've never been, you should go. Stunning place. And one of my friends, Rolf, was with me in the city, right? And so one day Rolf turns to me and he's like, Trevor, you know, today maybe we should go have a traditional German meal, yeah? You want to eat something traditionally German? Yeah, we're going to take you, okay? And I was like, oh, that sounds amazing, Rolf. What are we going to have? He's like, okay, have you heard of Subway? So I don't think that's German, Rolf. He's like, nein, I'm just saying to understand the chain, right? Where you're going to be having the sandwiches and you are having the bread and you are choosing the toppings. I was like, yeah, no, Subway works, man. He's like, okay. So I want to take it to a German version, yeah? Better than that, better. Like with the best bread and the best meat, you have to go. And so he took me and he wasn't lying. And so we go to the sandwich shop. It's like 50 years old. Everything is in German. We walk in and I was like, oh, this is it. My dad's house, but this is where I can practice my German. And my friend Rolf looks at me, he's like, Trevor, would you like me to order? I was like, no, Rolf, I'll order the food. He's like, okay, you're going to buy the food? I was like, no, you're going to buy. I just want to order it. I just want to practice my German. He's like, but they might not understand you, yeah? Because you know German can be different. I was like, yo, I got this, Rolf, I got this. So I walk up to the counter. The woman was really friendly as well. She's like, Guten Tag, kann ich dich helfen? And I was like, Guten Tag! Ich will ein Kleinbrotchen haben, bitte schön. Das schwarze Brotchen mit der Käse und das Schinken, bitte schön. Und gib für mich ein Pepsi-Cola, danke. And she shat herself. I'll never forget the look in that woman's face. She was petrified. She stared at me and she was like, der schwarze Hitler. Which means the black Hitler. Yeah. The way I inflect on certain words has a certain Führer feeling to it, apparently. I was devastated. Rolf thought it was hilarious.
The whole ride home, we're in the car. He's killing himself. Oh mein Gott. Oh, der schwarze Hitler. Oh, Trevor, can you imagine if Hitler was black? It totally wouldn't have worked, yeah? Like, Ralph, it's not that funny. I tried to learn German to connect with my family, and now I sound like one of the worst human beings in history. He's like, yeah, but it was totally funny. You should have seen yourself. It's like you are about to invade the meat section. Oh, my God. Oh, you should have. I was like, Ralph, it's not cool, man. I'm in pain right now. He's like, calm down, Trevor, calm down, yeah? Indulge me meine Schadenfreude, okay? He actually taught me a new word that day. Yeah, never heard it before. German word, Schadenfreude, right? It means to take great joy in the pain and suffering of others. Fun fact, that word was never translated into another language. I wonder why. Same word, right? Schadenfreude. Why would you want that? To indulge in others' pain and suffering. Why would you? But then when I thought about it, I was like, it sounds terrible, but we all do it. Yeah, every single one of us in this room. We all experience Schadenfreude. You know? We all do. You know when you have Schadenfreude? It's when you're driving on the highway, yeah? And you're cruising along, everything's going well, and you look over on the other side, and the traffic is packed up. And you get that little feeling inside, like, I made the right choices in life.